Hello, everyone. Welcome to English for You. I'm Mike.
And I'm Reese.
And Reese, we're going to be heading out to the great outdoors. We're going to eat, sleep, and play under the sun, the moon, the weather, in the forest. It's going to be great.
We are going on vacation, but we're not going regular camping this time.
No.
We're going glamping.
That's right, glamping. We're going to explain all about glamping, but the word glamping, especially when I say it like that, kind of might remind you of a word like camping. But we're not camping, we're glamping. It's related. You'll understand later. But what about camping? Do you enjoy camping?
I love camping.
Do you?
As a kid, with my brothers and sisters and my parents, we would usually go camping once or twice a year. In the summer, we'd find a nice spot in the forest by a river. We'd take a barbecue. You know, we had dogs, and my mum also has horses, so we'd take those as well and ride through the forest. It was like a scene from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
It was just really, some really good memories as a kid out in the river swimming with nature. I think that's why, as an adult, I really find my peace when I'm out hiking in the mountains or, by the beach. I just love being by nature.
Lovely. Okay. And it sounds like you had some great experiences as a kid, which, of course, is a wonderful way to have this nice relationship, this wonderful enjoyment with camping. But glamping might be a little too fancy for you. I don't know. If you really like being in touch with nature, maybe glamping is a little too far away, but you will be in nature. It will kind of look like a normal camping experience, but with a big difference, or big differences, I should say. So let's check out glamping as we read the article. Glamping provides the best of both worlds.
Reading. Glamping provides the best of both worlds. People enjoy camping for many reasons. The most common reason is to enjoy the great outdoors and experience nature. Some people, however, really don't like camping. They don't enjoy the insects or the danger of wild animals. They don't like threats of bad weather or a lack of convenient food choices either. Truth be told, for many people, the negatives of camping are greater than the positives. These days, however, people are attracted to a new style of camping. It's one that lets people enjoy being in nature without all the difficulties that come with it. It's called glamping. Glamping still offers most of the enjoyments of camping. It's great for family holidays because children can run around and explore nature. If you're visiting with friends, you can gather around the fire and roast marshmallows. It's also great for couples who can enjoy a quiet time together with only the sounds of nature. Glamping is something everyone can enjoy.
All right, so yes, glamping. What's it all about? Well, the article says it provides the best of both worlds. In other words, it can make everyone happy, but we're going to have to read on to find out for ourselves if that is true. Let's see, the article begins, people enjoy camping for many reasons. Yes, absolutely. People do like camping. They do like to get out in the great outdoors and nature, as Reese explained. Eating under the stars, sleeping, having your campfire, singing your songs, maybe doing some fishing or hiking during the day. As the article says, the most common reason is to enjoy the great outdoors and experience nature. For sure, because you're in the outdoors, you're camping. The outdoors or the great outdoors, but just the word outdoors basically just means outside. So if you're inside and you're watching TV on a sunny day, your mom might say, you guys should go and spend more time outdoors. Go outside to the park, run around, ride your bike, go to the swimming pool. Just turn off that screen, that television, whatever you're looking at, and get outside or outdoors. But when we use it in this kind of way when talking about camping, or we add that word great, the great outdoors, then we definitely mean in nature. So if you spent the weekend in the great outdoors, you didn't spend the weekend at home or in a shopping mall or somewhere like that. You spent the weekend outside in nature. And for this word outdoors, we have this example sentence. After a long period of work, we decided to take a break and enjoy the outdoors this weekend.
Right, so leaving your house to go to 7-Eleven to buy some pudding doesn't count as experiencing the great outdoors.
You are outdoors, but it's not great.
No, you're stuck in the city.
Yes.
You know, we live in a city. We live in Taipei.
I do too.
Big metropolitan city with cars and people and smells and buildings.
It can be very noisy outdoors in Taipei.
It can, and it can be difficult to escape the noise sometimes. So I think it's important that we all take time to go out and just hug a tree or
That's a good idea.
Watch some birds or swim in the sea.
Absolutely.
Well, back to the article, it says, some people, however, really don't like camping. They don't enjoy the insects or the danger of wild animals. They don't like threats of bad weather or a lack of convenient food choices either. Yeah, these are all kind of bad things about camping, depending on your perspective. Bugs can bite and animals can be dangerous and bad weather can make you uncomfortable. But for me, they're all part of the experience of being in the great outdoors. Well, the article talked about threats. People don't like threats of bad weather. Here, the word threat is used as a noun, and a threat is a person or thing likely to cause damage or danger. If something is a threat, it could be dangerous or bad, but it hasn't happened yet. If you say something is a threat, that means that there's probably a good chance it could happen, so you should be prepared. By saying people don't like threats of bad weather, the article is explaining that some people don't like camping because there might be a rainstorm, which could make their camping experience uncomfortable. The verb version of threat is to threaten. Here's an example sentence. The man was arrested for yelling threats at the politician.
Oh my goodness, he was very angry and he was like, I'm going to get you, I'm going to do bad things to you. And of course, you can't do that to people. You will definitely get in trouble. All right, back to the article. Truth be told, it says, for many people, the negatives of camping are greater than the positives. Well, yeah, that is true. There is a large group of people out there who really don't like camping, even though the previous sentences were all about how great it is. People do enjoy it. But truth be told, when we use this expression, we're kind of, admitting something. It might be slightly something uncomfortable or embarrassing or maybe something that hurts us by telling it. But basically, we have to tell the truth. No, if we really do tell the truth, as much as people sort of make camping seem so wonderful and being out in nature, it's so great. But when we really look at it honestly, truth be told, for many people, the negatives of camping are greater than the positives. This is basically telling us that, truth be told, a lot of people don't like camping.
It is surprising to me, actually, how many people don't like camping, because for me, it was such a staple thing that I did as a kid. I assumed everybody loved camping.
Yeah, when you have a good experience as a kid, it kind of makes you a believer for the rest of your life. That's true.
That's right, and the article used two words here which we'll discuss because they are opposite in meaning. One is negative and one is positive. So negative and positive are opposite words. A negative, the noun, is a bad thing about something, a bad or unwelcome quality of something. Whereas, on the other hand, a positive is a good thing about something, a reason that something is good. When we do something, we often think about the positives and the negatives of doing that thing, and then we decide if it's worth it. So the negatives of camping are that you could get wet, it's not as comfortable as your bedroom, you might get bitten by bugs. But the positives are that it's fun, you can explore nature, and it can feel like a vacation. So we've got to think about the good things and the bad things, the positives and the negatives. Here's an example sentence using the word negative. One negative about living in Taipei is that the summers are just too hot.
Yeah, that is a bad thing. I think a lot of people would agree about living in Taipei, but there are a lot of positives too. All right, so let's talk about another form of camping that might be perfect for those people who kind of are more focused on the negatives of the more traditional camping.
Right, so let's see if we can go camping but remove those negatives.
Sounds good to me.
These days, however, people are attracted to a new style of camping. It's one that lets people enjoy being in nature without all the difficulties that come with it. It's called glamping. So glamping was that word that we saw in the title of the article, and it's a word that comes from two words, glamorous and camping. Glamorous meaning something that's fancy or expensive looking. So the article also used the phrase these days. It means recently or at present or in recent times. For example, these days people don't use paper maps, they use Google Maps. Or I've been feeling sick these days. I might go to the hospital.
All right. So these days means, in the time we're living in, and maybe, for the last 10, 15 years, something like that. This glamping has been attracting a whole new group of people to the activity of camping. These people are attracted to glamping because it lets you enjoy nature without all of the difficulties or the negatives that we talked about coming with the camping experience. When you're attracted to something, you are drawn to something. It is kind of pulling you towards it. Maybe not actually in the world, pulling you closer, but it's making you become more interested. It's making you want to do something or want to experience something. The things that we're attracted to are basically the things that we like. It could be something you like a comfortable bed when you're feeling really tired. I'm so attracted to my bed. I don't even want to take off my shoes or something like that. Or it could be a smell. The smell of some delicious cooking food might attract you or something like that. But basically, it's appealing. It's something you like. It's drawing you closer. For example, Damon is very attracted to the idea of working on a cruise ship. He kind of thinks it would be fun. He's always liked being on the sea. He likes to travel. So this idea of working on a cruise ship is very attractive. We could use the adjective form to Damon, or he is attracted to this idea.
So the article used this grammar pattern here, which is subject plus be verb plus the past participle and maybe plus by or with and an object. The sentence in the article was, these days, however, people are attracted to a new style of camping. It's called glamping. So using this grammar pattern, we can explain something that is or was generally true, or we can explain a situation. Here are a few example sentences using this pattern. My sister was obsessed with Korean pop music. Or, the school is infested by cockroaches.
That's what we call it. Exactly right. So let's find out about glamping. Glamping, it says, still offers most of the enjoyments of camping. So you will be out in nature. It will bring you all of the things that most people, as Reese so well explained to us, they're great and fun and enjoyable about camping. You will still get all of those enjoyments. And then the article tells us it's great for family holidays because children can run around and explore nature. Yeah, kids might find camping to be a little difficult or something like that, a little uncomfortable. But with glamping, maybe the experience will be a little easier for them and they can still enjoy all of those wonderful things about camping. They can run around, they can explore the forest, they can explore nature, they can have a really good time. When we're exploring here, we're not kind of exploring like the way you might think Christopher Columbus or, Henry the Navigator, someone explored things. We're not Ponce de Leon walking around in Florida. No, here when we're exploring things, we're learning about unfamiliar things, looking around in a new place. You can go to Tokyo tomorrow and explore Tokyo. It doesn't mean you have found Tokyo like some explorer on the moon. It just means that for you, this is a new place. You don't know anything about it, and you're looking around, you're walking around, you're learning things about this new environment. For example, the two scientists turned on their flashlights and began to explore the ancient tomb.
Whenever I go on vacation, I always try to go somewhere new so that I can explore.
It's fun, isn't it?
A new place. Yeah, I like that feeling of getting lost in a new country and being alone. It sounds kind of scary to some people, but for me, that's the ideal vacation.
Exactly. And with your GPS on your phone in your pocket, you're never really lost.
Yeah, you can always find your way back as long as you've got charge on your phone.
True.
Well, back to the article, it says, if you're visiting with friends, you can gather around the fire and roast marshmallows. This is one of my favorite things about camping is the food. You can cook some really cool food while you're camping. You can roast marshmallows, which is a delicious sweet treat. Let's talk about these words, roast and marshmallow. To roast is a verb which means to cook food by putting it close to a fire or heat inside an oven. When you roast something, usually you let the heat of the fire cook the food for a longer time than, say, frying. You might roast chicken and potatoes in an oven. We can also roast things over an open fire, like marshmallows. So what are marshmallows? Well, those are those soft, white, chewy, sweet things that taste much better when they're hot and gooey on the inside. They're basically just white cubes of sugar.
It's a sugar pillow.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what they're made of. I think there actually is like a plant in nature called a marshmallow.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that the ones we know today, the ones you buy in that bag before you take them out to the barbecue or camping, they're not related really to the natural thing. These marshmallows are completely man-made. They're just a wonderful form of sugar. And you're right, when you roast them over a fire, they're really fun, they're really tasty, and you also have to be careful, right? Because they can catch on fire. They can get too heavy and fall in the fire.
That's right.
So roasting the marshmallows is almost as much fun as eating the marshmallows. And they're definitely a must-have when you go camping or glamping. Do we have an example sentence for roast?
We do. We can say roast the chicken for at least 40 minutes to make sure it's fully cooked through.
Okay, and I'd say roast your marshmallow for about 40 seconds.
Yes, everybody has their own perfect spot for marshmallows.
Some people like it a little burnt. Other people like it brown. Other people just sort of pass it through the fire very quickly if they don't like it roasted at all. All right, back to the article. It says we're talking about glamping. It's also great for couples who can enjoy a quiet time together with only the sounds of nature. That sounds nice. Glamping is something everyone can enjoy. So as we've seen, glamping can be fun for the kids. You don't have to worry about the tent or cooking food. A lot of that stuff is actually taken care of for you, but you do enjoy being out in nature. You do enjoy being in a clean, wonderful environment, and the kids can look around and chase bugs and do all that fun stuff. But for couples, this would be, people on a date, a husband and wife, something like that, getting a little bit of romantic alone time with your partner. You can enjoy quiet time together with only the sounds of nature. So this is the more romantic side of camping, getting away from everyone, having some privacy, just the chirping of bugs and the sound of the river nearby. Those are the only sounds you'll hear. That would be great fun for a little weekend romantic getaway. As it says, glamping is something everyone can enjoy. Even if you're a confirmed city person like me, I think I could probably still enjoy glamping. But I'll have to find out more about it in tomorrow's article.
The older I get, the more glamping appeals to me.
Really? Yeah.
I think camping is a really fun thing to do, especially when you're young and you're robust and you're not afraid of being uncomfortable.
Right.
But as I get a bit older, I do appreciate the comfortable things in life a bit more, like a good mattress and a soft pillow.
And a shower and a toilet.
Exactly, yeah. When I was a teenager, I could go days without showering, but now it's twice a day.
No.
So maybe glamping is something that I'm leaning towards as I'm in my 30s.
I think it would definitely be something you'd want to try out before you kind of say, no, I like the old style camping.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, we're going to have our chat question coming up in a second, so stick around for that.
For You Chat.
All right, today's For You Chat question is something I answered at the top of the show, so I'm going to throw this to you, Mike. You're from North America.
I am.
A place famous for its campsites.
Okay, Canada has a lot of camping sites, yes. Are you asking me if I've ever experienced any of them?
My question is...
Yes, okay.
Do you have any good memories of past camping trips?
No.
What are they?
They're bad.
If not, would you like to try camping?
Not really.
Why or why not?
It's too hot and I like my bathroom. There you go. No, I went camping once with my dad. This is our famous family camping story. My dad, a friend of mine from school, his dad. So the two dads, the two boys, a man's weekend in the woods. We put our tent in the wrong place. It rained. All the food got wet. By 2 a.m, there was a river running through our tent.
Wow.
And we ended up cold, wet, and hungry. And we went home after one night, and it was wonderful. Because I've never had to go camping ever since. I just tell people that story and they're like, so our camping trip this weekend? And I say no. So yeah, I'm a city person. If you're sleeping outside, something has gone wrong in your life. That's the way I see it. You should be living at home with your air conditioner on and your front door locked.
Wow, it looks like we have had polar opposite experiences with camping. I love it. You hate it.
Well, I wouldn't say I hate it. I've just never really done it right. But maybe I should go camping with you. Maybe if I went with the expert who knew where to put the tent, who knew how to not get the food wet and how to not have a river running through your tent, maybe I would enjoy it more.
I was in the Cub Scouts, so I learned all of those knots and
see,
how to make a structure out of wood and leaves. So
yeah,
you'll be fine with me.
Okay, all right. We'll do the glamping thing, and then if I feel that's too sort of soft, then you can take me to the real professional camping style.
All right.
But it's definitely something to check out. And you're right, it does sound great spending more time in nature. So we're going to be doing more of that tomorrow. So come back and join us for more of glamping.
Vocabulary Review.
Outdoors. This hotel is a good choice for people who love the outdoors because it is right by mountains and lakes. Threat. The spread of this disease is a big threat. It looks like it could really damage people's lives. Negative. Tom really enjoys his job, but the big negative of working there is the low pay. Attract. Although this phone doesn't offer any special features, many people are attracted to its great look. Explore. I think we should explore those big mountains. No one has ever climbed them before, so we don't know what's there. Roast. Tim likes boiled potatoes and fried potatoes, but his favorite are potatoes that have been roasted.
智慧小补帖
Marshmallow.
以上节目是由活用空中美语制作，活用空中美语杂志，请洽询全国各大书店。如欲索取试听教材，请来电02-2364-4000 02-2364-4000，或上网查询，网址是 www.english4u.net www.english4u.net